Have you ever wondered how a country can wage war against itself and still emerge united and stronger? It's a paradox that captures the essence of the American Civil War, a time of intense conflict and transformation. This war, fought between brothers, friends, and neighbors, surprisingly led to a more robust and resilient union. The narrative of this internal struggle is not just about battles and generals, but also about the people who lived through it. To understand this, we delve into the American Civil War, a pivotal period in the history of the United States. The seeds of the Civil War were sown long before the first shots were fired. Picture a nation on the precipice of division, where the very ideals that bound it together were threatening to tear it apart. As we delve deeper into the prelude to the war, we encounter a growing chasm between the North and the South. In the North, industrialization was taking hold, transforming cities into bustling hubs of commerce and innovation. Meanwhile, the South clung steadfastly to an agrarian way of life, a lifestyle inherently tied to the institution of slavery. As the nation expanded westward, the contentious issue of whether new states would permit or prohibit slavery fueled tensions. The political landscape was fraught with strife as lawmakers grappled with the question of slavery's expansion. Landmark events like the Kansas-Nebraska Act and the Dred Scott decision pushed the nation further towards the brink of conflict. The stage was set for a war that would redefine the nation. In 1861, the American Civil War officially began, a war like no other. This was not just a clash of armies, but a test of ideas, a struggle over the very soul of a nation. Our journey through the war begins with the first major battle, the Battle of Bull Run. Here, the Confederacy's victory sent a stark message to the Union. This was not to be a swift or easy war. Both sides began to realize the gravity of the situation and the long road that lay ahead. The war moved at a relentless pace, with notable battles at Shiloh, Antietam, and Fredericksburg. The strategies of the Union and the Confederacy were as different as their causes. The North, with its superior resources and population, aimed for a war of attrition. The South, on the other hand, sought to prolong the conflict, hoping to wear down the Union's will to fight, and then came Gettysburg, a turning point in the war. Over the course of 3 exhausting days, the Union managed to repel the Confederate forces. This was a significant setback for the South, and a morale booster for the North. Throughout the war, key figures emerged that would forever be etched in history. Abraham Lincoln, the stoic leader guiding the Union, General Ulysses S. Grant, a relentless warrior for the North, and Robert E. Lee, the brilliant tactician leading the Confederate Army. But the war was not just fought on battlefields. On the home front, lives were irrevocably altered. Families were torn apart, economies strained, and societies changed forever. The war brought about a new era of technological advancements, as well as a new understanding of the horrors of warfare. The war reached its conclusion at Appomattox, where Lee's surrender signaled the end of the Confederacy. The Union had prevailed, but at a tremendous cost. 4 long years of brutal conflict had reshaped the country. The war had ended, but the task of rebuilding and healing had just begun. The end of the war marked not just a military victory, but a turning point for the nation. As the dust settled and the echoes of gunfire subsided, America was left to heal its wounds and rebuild from the ashes of the Civil War. This period, known as the Reconstruction era, saw the nation undertake a monumental task of restoring the shattered South, while also grappling with the challenge of integrating millions of freed slaves into society. The abolishment of slavery was a monumental step forward. The 13th Amendment, ratified in 1865, forever outlawed the institution of slavery, marking a new chapter for the country. Yet the end of the war also brought significant shifts in the political landscape. The balance of power tilted towards the federal government, a shift that continues to shape American politics to this day. The Civil War left an enduring imprint on American society and culture. It was a conflict that tested the very fabric of the nation, and out of its crucible emerged a new America, one that had confronted its darkest shadows. Literature, music, and art were deeply influenced, carrying the echoes of the conflict and the struggle for a new identity. The war continues to be a subject of fascination, exploration, and reflection, a testament to its profound impact. The American Civil War, a devastating conflict, yet a catalyst for profound change. So, can a nation wage war against itself and emerge stronger? We've journeyed through the prelude, the conflict and the aftermath of the American Civil War, witnessing its transformative impact. The American Civil War, a testament to the resilience and evolution of a nation, answers this with a resounding yes.